Trust me when I say I am not trying to stop you from buying your avocado toast. And I do like my Starbucks every once in a while. Welcome everybody, my name is Amelia. If you are new to this channel, I discuss financial growth, personal organization, and moving towards your career goals. Today we will be discussing how to stop spending so much money and start saving. If you appreciate this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I'm sure you are wondering, where is my money going every month if I am making money? I have a job, I am literally making money. Where is my money? Well, I could tell you, you're probably going broke for one or two reasons. Reason number one is your job is paying you too little and your expenses are too high. Reason number two is you're not keeping track of your budget. Or you may not have a budget at all. Let's start off with your job. How much your employer actually wants to pay you sometimes is completely out of your control. But what is in your control is whether you actually want to have a job or not. Now, when I say that, please keep in mind, I am only talking about a job. I am not talking about a career. A career is completely different than having a job. So you need to change your mindset and actually get a career and not a job. See, if you Google, because that's what I did, a job is a short-term money-making solution. It's like just getting something real quick, make some money, move on. A career now is a lifetime obstacle towards your goals. So in a career, you can literally make a career out of what your job is. So, I really want to use a good example. So let's say you work at a retail company as a cashier. If you work at a retail company, a job is just working as a cashier, getting your check, going home, and that's it. If you work at a retail company and you want a career is saying, oh, you know what? I'm gonna work on this, I'm gonna work on that, I'm gonna get this education until I make it to the manager. And then maybe I want to do help with different parts in corporate. So that would be a career. A career means you're moving up, constantly elevating your income. So currently right now, if you have a job, it probably means that you're either not making enough and you need to reduce your expenses to be able to have enough money in your bank account, basically. So that may mean getting roommates or moving back in with your parents. Those are definitely going to save you a lot of money. And especially it could be hard if you're living in a state like mine. I live in Los Angeles. Really, really, really expensive, and I barely know how I'm making it my damn self. Personally, I would not even be able to afford living in Los Angeles if I wasn't doing number two, my budget. Do you have a list of your monthly expenses, and do you actually have your budget written down? If you don't have your budget written down, it could be very, very hard to actually track it. If the answer is no, then you need a budget ASAP. Then I would highly suggest just getting a plain old Google Excel sheet. I could show you my personal Google Excel sheet and how I created it. I literally shot this whole video the first time, but I had the air conditioner on the whole time. It is so hot in California. I can barely function. But anyway, let's just get to it. So if you look at my income, this is actually an income that I had from 2000, I believe it was about 2 years ago. So my income has changed since then, but I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how I created this budget when I first originally created it. Okay, so here you can see my wages are about $2,000 every 2 weeks. So over here I have every single 2 weeks. And then when I don't have any tax deductions or anything taken out of my check on here because my job actually does that. So I wanted to make sure that when I did the calculations, I didn't take out the taxes because taxes were already taken out by the time I got the money, and I just wanted to focus on the money. So over here, I doubled my check because this is how much I'm going to be making by the end of the month. And then, of course, we get down to expenses. And, of course, I have to pay rent. Welcome to California. Yes, my rent was $15.95. It's actually more now because my rent increased. But also we have water, sewer, trash, and just all of our utilities, phone bill, food. Now, when you get to food, that one is going to be the hardest because I do not have Uber Eats, I do not have Postmates or anything like that calculated into the food. This is literally just going to the supermarket and buying food every single month. Now, I buy every 2 weeks, so I do give myself like a budget of $100 every 2 weeks when I do buy food. This is very difficult to stick to, but if I can get as close as possible to $200 a month, it's ideal because then I end up saving a lot of money in the long haul. I do make my budget a little bit more strict than I should because I want to save as much money as possible. Then I have student loans, which I can't really adjust that too much, even though I would love to. Then gym, iTunes, Adobe, and Experian, because I do pay for my credit score every single month. Now, I do have a video up on how I increased my credit score within 3 months, which is actually a very quick amount of time. A lot of people say increase their credit score in 1 month. Clickbait. That's not really too realistic, especially 100 points. So definitely watch that if you're interested. Especially if you're on your financial journey and gaining financial independence, credit score, extremely important. So by the ending income, I'm left with 27, and then that is going to be adjusted down to the ending income, and then after all the expenses, and then I give myself an allowance of $100 a month. Now, obviously, that's extremely difficult. Most people are not going to be able to give themselves an allowance of $100 a month. To be honest, right now, it's pretty easy for me to do it now if just look at the date of when this video is uploaded, but normally this is actually really, really hard. But I try to get to this as close as possible because I'm trying to save as much money as possible. And then of course I have a monthly investment, and then an emergency fund. I use Acorns for my monthly investment, and then my emergency fund I use the app Digit. And I have talked about that in my other videos. You can definitely check that out. So this is how much money I am left over to transfer over to my next check. So I hope that made sense, and I hope that it gave you a good idea of how to actually start your budget. Now that you've seen my Google Excel sheet, my tip and trick when you're creating a Google Excel sheet to manage your budget is to basically aim for the impossible. I make sure that my Google Excel sheet on my budget is as extremely tight as possible. Yes, I know that it's probably not possible that I'm ever going to reach those exact goals. But what I do know is that I can try to get to it as close as possible. That way, I save a ton of money in the long run, and I end up seeing the fruits of my labor in my bank account. Yes, we are all going to make mistakes and see something that we like online and buy it, or get our avocado toast at our Starbucks. But we can definitely be making little steps, whether it be getting an app and managing your budget, or creating a Google Excel sheet, or finding a better career, getting a higher paying job to help us save more money and stop spending. Well, if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.